Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to talk a bit about if we're in a bull or bear market and kind of really doing a psychoanalysis on where the hell the market's going and what we've been in. I think a lot of people tend to see the bullish market of the past, but a lot of cases, the bull markets and bear markets really depend on what was the previous cycle. So in this case, it almost feels like we're actually in the new norm. And the argument to that would be we have been in a bull market for around 2 years. That bull market has become the new floor. And so whatever precedes the bull market is relative to that accelerated market hype. And so we've largely kind of entered this stage of either recovery and or a consistent stagnant cycle. So a soft landing, as some might say. But I really wanted to bring up this reasoning behind if we're in a bull or bear market to the booster boxes, and specifically the Sword and Shield booster boxes. So over the last, from a year ago, we actually saw in that first 6 months probably about 100% gains for mostly every single early SV booster box and Sword and Shield booster box. And that made sense in a bull market. Now, we peaked around August, September, and for every single one of these booster boxes, we are just about now finally reaching back to those all-time highs, if not plateauing, which that is the concern. So if you look at Twilight Masquerade booster box, 330 in October, September, we're at 340. Even if you look at something much more new, Journey Together, 260, 270, 270. Surging is one of those super outliers. We had a bull market $300. We're at a 245. So if anything, you would have lost money if you bought at that hype. Evolving Skies, great example. 2.6K. We're at 2.6K. And the fact is, these are plateauing. These are flat. So we went from 1K to 1K in 6 months. We went from 5.5 to 5.9. We went from 490 to 470. But you see my point of all of these booster boxes, even surprisingly, Lost Origin, 800 down to 700. This is not a bull market. If you're going in 6 months and prices are dropping, if not stagnating, from their all time highs, I would consider that either normal market and or a saturated market. So people always forget that with all of these peaks, there's a buyer and there's a seller. So this means that someone had to sell the product, but the big thing is that there was a buyer. Someone bought at this price and believed, yes, this is worth my time and money. And then they lost money. And that feels terrible for anyone in the market. No matter if you can be a long term holder or short term holder, losing money does suck. We all have an emotional reaction. It is very well studied that people react negatively to losses of money more than to gains in money. So largely what I'm saying is that the last 6 months have been recovery. It has not been bull market hype. The fact that ultra modern is hyping up is a sign. Ultra modern has been hyping up while Sword and Shield has not moved at all. If anything, it has recovered. So this is a sign that the boat is becoming unstable. The ultra modern is hyped up while the real true investments are flatlining. And that's kind of a worry sign for me. I mean, we'll see in the next 6 months if this slowly trends up. I believe that we're going to start to see this Sword and Shield slowly increase of 10 to 20%. Possibly since it's still technically like this bull ultra focused market on Pokemon, well, we could easily see 30% gains. But the fact that the last 6 months we've not seen any gains in Sword and Shield is pretty disconcerting. Um, it is definitely the safer set, the more secure set. It'll be interesting to see in the next 6 months. But just wanted to bring that up. That uh, alternative to the common norm of we're in this huge bull market cycle, I do think we're in this plateau phase and or a potential turn down um, to this bull market hype. So it'll be interesting to see. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.